once you get the knowledge of yourself, what should you see in a person as far as the transformation goes?
Change, of course. Change is very, very evident that when you get this knowledge, you should not be, if you got it right and if you're studying right and if you're applying it right, you should never see the habitual person that you was when you get this knowledge. You should be now moving in areas that's going to put you in a better place. We talked about this the other day. When brothers and sisters get this knowledge, they never talked about, how you should use mathematical theology to gain things. This is something that they don't know, obviously, because if they did know and it was applied, then we would have better things going on with many people in this, right? One thing I told Sia Kill, peace be upon him, when he first got knowledge was that now that you got 120 lessons the way I taught you, I need you to go back to where the knowledge and wisdom came from. I'm not talking about Mecca, I'm talking about the mosque. I'm talking about the lost found Muslim lessons, the supreme wisdom. Go back to it and use it as a reference point, right? And in that book, the supreme wisdom, there's various things that we don't give newborns, right? And why don't we give it to them? Since the source of the knowledge came from the mosque, you have to now give them the reference to that source so that they can understand what Allah saw. Now, what did Allah see? Right? It was taught in that problem book that you supposed to memorize these lessons. So now he enforced that on us to memorize the lessons. Then in that same problem book, it talks about Islam being mathematics and mathematics being Islam, and you must gain things using mathematical theology. What is that? Theology is the study of God, mathematics is numbers. So we're dealing with the study of God through math, through the language that we use. And in that same degree, in that same lesson, it talks about gaining fine homes, luxuries and friendships in all walks of life. So we can't alienate ourselves and then think that because we have isolated ourselves, we're gonna get somewhere. We gotta extend our reach across the aisle, create partnerships in the community with other leaders. They may not have the same mind as us, but they have the same intent, which is to uplift the community, right? Another thing, right? Allah stressed, as far as what I know from what was taught to me, was learning a trade, getting education, making sure that you take care of yourself, your family, and your community. When you get this education, bring it back. Make sure you share it. Make sure that you give insight, hindsight, and foresight to those who don't have that knowledge. So again, it's critically important, man, that we really do what Allah ordained to do. I'm in school, I'm in law school, and as soon as I finish, Allah willing, I'm going to get that PhD, get that doctorate. You know what I mean? Because that can change my life, but I have to what? I have to use mathematics to get it. I have to use this to better myself. If you got this knowledge, and depending on how long you got it, and you don't see any productivity, you don't see any amount of greatness about you, then something's not right. You didn't use your mathematics right? I don't care if you can quote from here to Egypt, right? That's great, sounds good. But if that quote did not put you in a better position of certainty, and when these young gods and earths, these newborns see you, and they only see you in a position or condition of struggle, that means your mathematics is offline. Okay, it's offline, and there's nothing you can do to justify it. You're supposed to be better in all things, or at least better in your position and condition. Right? And we understand some brothers and sisters caught out there in various sciences. We get it. But you're supposed to master that by leaving it alone. Leave those things alone if it ain't helping you. Leave people alone if they ain't helping you. Leave places alone if it ain't taking you to a better place. You know what I'm saying? And these are things that I advocate, and I advocated with my own babies. First and foremost, sometimes your family ain't good for you. You gotta leave them alone and love them from a distance. Sometimes people in this nation will use mathematics, use the regalia, use all these trinkets, and be on some trickery shit. You know what I mean? Trying to trick you with all types of trick knowledge that others taught them. You know what I'm saying? Think they could use that on you. You know what I mean? Using and abusing and taking advantage of people that shouldn't be taken advantage of. You know, these are the things we got to stop doing, especially in this day and time. We don't have time for bullshit, and we don't have time to play, right? We gave this devil a grace period. For what? To do what? To continue to do what he does daily? You know what I'm saying? No, we got to get on our shit, and we got to stop playing, and we got to make sure that these newborns are prepared for what's coming next, because what's coming next is going to supersede what we just came out of. And a lot of these newborns ain't even ready for it, and you can see it. You know, so yeah, that's how I'd answer it, God. I know that was a little long-winded, but sometimes, God, you know, some of these questions you be posing to me, I had to go deep with it, and hope that those that listen to these bills understand where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? But how could you understand where I'm coming from if you ain't been where I've been? You know what I mean? Some of y'all don't know what war is. Y'all think war is Call of Duty and PlayStation. Some of y'all think because y'all had a few, you know, tips and taps and that's it. No, man, you got to go through real life situations to understand life in its totality, so that when these young people can come to you for guidance and for some type of leadership, you can provide them with it right. You know what I mean? And I will also say this before we go to the next question. Going back to the newborn. Newborns out there, those that's getting this knowledge, either from this ATF thing or from various books of brothers that wasn't there, sisters that wasn't there, you know what I'm saying? Come back home. Get it from where the knowledge and wisdom was started and founded when Allah came to Mecca, Manhattan, New York City, and learn those who are the primary examples of what it is when it comes to this. Everybody can't teach this, and everybody can't give you the truth about this. So make sure that you get it right and exact, for real, and make sure that the people that's giving it to you is right and exact in terms of their condition, their situation, and their life, because a lot of them is not that. They not right. And unfortunately, they got a lot of students that's getting from brothers who got branch knowledge, and they falling off all over the damn place and wonder why they not grounded properly. That's coming from me, Life for Law, I'll let y'all know, right? You know, we take this shit serious. Don't take it for play, because we don't got time for that. So that would be how I draw that up, God, to be honest with you.